Dr. Wesley Buckle, a GAINSWave provider out of California. Dr. Buckle, nice to see you. Tell me a little bit about yourself, your specialty, your practice.
Sure, it's good to be here. I started this practice. We're in Rancho Mirage, California, which is just outside of Palm Springs. So we're in the Palm Springs area, and we started this practice in early February is when we opened up. I focus primarily on regenerative injection therapies, hormone therapies, and sexual wellness as kind of the backbone of my practice. And we started doing GAINSWave right out of the gate in February, actually, when we opened up. So, and that's been a huge part of our practice since.
That's great. So brand new practice. You've been open since February last year. Let me get my math right. That's 2019.
February this year.
This year. Oh, I'm so sorry. 2020. Okay,
Right.
so you've only been open a couple of months, I guess.
Ah.
Did you find the support that GAINSWave gave you, not just medical support, but also sales and marketing, was important to help you succeed?
I think it was everything. When we started this practice, we started from scratch, and starting a cash practice from scratch is a hard thing to do. And so before we even opened our doors in February, we had patients lined up for GAINSWave, which really set the ball rolling and gave us some great patients and some great, gave us a financial starting that we needed to keep things going. And so the provider portal has been, everything. We have, I don't know how many patients we get each month asking about GAINSWave, but it's a lot. And so we're very fortunate to have had the foresight to connect with you guys and to get this rolling with you guys, because it's been a huge part of our practice so far. And I foresee it continuing to be a big part of our practice. And a lot of these patients will come in for GAINSWave and they'll have great success with it. And then they're wanting to know more about the other stuff that we do. So it all kind of, it's hardly ever even just a GAINSWave patient that comes in. It always ends up being a whole nother conversation around other services and treatments that we can offer a patient to improve their quality of life.
That's great. I'm glad that GAINSWave is contributing to your success, considering that you're a relatively new practice. As a licensed healthcare professional, what do you find most rewarding about performing GAINSWave treatments on your patients?
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys feel like they don't have anyone to really talk to about it. And so a lot of these guys are really grateful that they have someone who is very open to discussing what they're dealing with, who is comfortable dealing with it, who has lots of tools in their toolbox to be able to help them navigate the issues that they're dealing with. And GAINSWave has been a great procedure because they finally have an alternative to just Viagra or Cialis, and they're able to really meet their goals, usually with just GAINSWave in itself. So it's been, the feedback we've gotten from patients has been pretty phenomenal. And we've had patients that have told other friends and family of theirs that have come in as well because they've just had such great results and they're so happy with it. So it's been a really great procedure to have included in our practice because I trust it, it works. And so I feel very confident in recommending it to patients.
That's excellent. And I'm assuming a lot of your patients are getting good results, good outcomes with GAINSWave. Is there a specific patient story that stands out?
Yeah, our first patient, he came in and he was pre-diabetic and low testosterone and all of these things that needed to be addressed. And I kind of told him, I was like, look, all of these things will need to be addressed at some point. I'm happy to do the procedure on you if that's what you really want, but I have to be honest, unless those aren't addressed, we may not be able to get those results you want, especially in just maybe the 6 treatments, which is what he wanted to do. And after that 6th treatment, he said he felt like he was in his 20s again, 100% in terms of erectile quality and function, and couldn't have been happier. And it kind of surprised me because I was even more reserved than I probably should have been, but that was a great testament to, I think, how well this treatment really works, even in the patients that traditionally may not do so well when it comes to a regenerative procedure.
That's great. So your patients are happy, your patients are getting good results. How has GAINSWave helped you in terms of revenues? I mean, you're a relatively young practice. Has the revenue growth from GAINSWave been good?
It's been, I mean, like I said, it's really what has given us our financial success that we've had so far. We haven't done any, honestly, extra advertising. We probably will in the future, but we haven't needed to. You know, we've had consistent inquiries and patients coming in for GAINSWave, so much so that we are able to kind of focus our marketing efforts in other areas of our practice and not feel that we needed to do that with GAINSWave, because it's just really been so straightforward and simple as far as getting patients. And I think that's a testament to what your marketing team has done. All of our patients really come in pre-educated, which is an important part of this, especially from a provider standpoint. And so I rarely have to tell people how GAINSWave works, why it works, who's a good patient, who's a good candidate, because you guys have done essentially almost like this vetting process that happens. And so that's been really nice as well. I don't have to spend the marketing money to educate people. I'm not having to necessarily reach out in the community in the way that I would with other procedures to try and get people in the door.
That's great. I know the GAINSWave marketing department, they do a great job in raising public awareness for the GAINSWave treatment nationwide. So you're right, a lot of these GAINSWave patients, when they call you to schedule an appointment or a consultation, they're well educated. They know about the procedure, they know the frequency of the treatments, they know what to anticipate, what to expect. In many cases, they know the cost. Would you say the majority of the patients you're seeing, the GAINSWave patients you're seeing, are coming from your directory listing on gainswave.com?
All of them are. Every single one so far. And I think that is the most important part of what you guys have put together. That portal is kind of everything. And you guys have it set up so that if we get pinged when there's a call or a digital, or they put in their email and whatnot through the digital portal part of it. And we can always go back and look at it, so we can make sure that no one slips through the cracks, which has been great. So we have their email and phone number and name, and we can always reach out to them if we, for some reason, aren't able to answer the phone or don't hear through the email and stuff. So yeah, it's been really easy and really great to implement.
That's great. And if you could give me one main reason why you'd recommend GAINSWave to another provider, to a fellow doctor, what would that reason be?
Your patients will be happy. I've had really happy patients. And I think that for a cash practice especially, that's incredibly important, and that's everything. It's having them know, like, and trust you is everything. So without one of those three, you're dead in the water. And GAINSWave has allowed them to, I think, trust me as far as, if they decide to go and do something else with us, another treatment, whatever it is, they trust what I say as far as the results they're going to get and the improvement in the quality of life.